We often picture brand reputation as this really polished thing.
Right. Carefully built with marketing, big announcements.
Exactly. But the reality, especially now in 2025, well, the real fight for how people feel about a brand, it's happening somewhere maybe less obvious.
Absolutely. Today, we're really digging into something crucial, but maybe overlooked sometimes.
Hmm.
Forget the latest social media buzz for a second. The material we're looking at today, these excerpts from Customer Service Shapes Brand Reputation, they make a really strong case.
Yeah.
They argue that how your brand is seen in the future. It really hangs on something pretty basic,
Eh.
how you actually treat your customers when they need help.
Totally agree. And that's what this deep dive is all about, isn't it? The huge role customer service plays now. Is your brand going to thrive or just fade?
It's moved beyond just politeness.
Way beyond. Our source points out three really critical shifts, things that are already separating the brands we love, the ones we tell friends about.
From the ones we, complain about or just leave.
Yeah. So think of this as a shortcut, really, getting you straight to what matters in customer interactions right now. I want to cut through some of the noise, like all the AI talk,
There's a lot of that.
and focus on what actually builds that lasting brand loyalty. Okay, ready to unpack the first one.
Let's do it.
It's this pretty stark idea for your customers. Response time is your reputation.
And what's really striking is just how much weight consumers put on getting a quick response.
It's massive, isn't it?
The source flags this statistic, and it really makes you stop and think. 58% of consumers, that's well over half,
58%.
say they get no response at all when they contact a company.
Wow. Not slow, just
Mm.
nothing. Silence.
Complete silence.
And the source really hammers this point home that silence, it speaks volumes, right?
It really does.
It's not just, oh, that's annoying. It feels like a message. It feels like we don't care about you.
You're not important.
Yeah. And in today's world where everything's instant, that feeling of being ignored, it's pretty damaging.
Definitely. So the question is, what are the smart brands, the forward-thinking ones, doing about this? How are they avoiding this reputation trap?
Well, people's expectations around speed are sky high now, aren't they? Because of everything else online being instant.
Exactly. So these brands, they get it. Speed isn't just about being efficient. It shows respect. Respect for the customer's time, their issue.
Okay, so what does the source say they're actually doing?
Well, a few key things. First, using AI smartly. Not to replace humans everywhere, but for automating the acknowledgement.
So like an instant, got your message, we're on it.
Pretty much.
Here.
Even that simple auto-reply makes a huge difference. People feel heard, not just shouting into the void.
Right, okay. That immediate feedback loop. What else?
Prioritizing channels. Making sure urgent stuff like complaints gets looked at faster than, say, a general question.
Makes sense. Don't let a fire burn while you answer FAQs.
Exactly.
Eh.
And the third thing the source highlights is training. Training reps for what they call digital empathy.
Digital empathy. Okay, what does that mean in practice?
It means speed is important, yes.
Yeah.
But it has to be paired with genuine care. You
Mhm.
can't just fire off robotic, fast answers.
Right, because that can feel dismissive, too.
Totally. So it's about training staff to pick up on tone, on emotion, even in text, and respond like a real, caring human. Maybe using templates for speed, but adding that personal, empathetic touch.
Got it. So the bottom line for this first trend is fast responses are just table stakes now. Expected. But it's the thoughtful, fast responses that actually build that loyalty.
That's the key takeaway. Okay, shall we move to trend 2?
Yeah, let's do it. This one feels like a bit of a pushback against maybe too much tech. It's about letting customers choose how they want to talk to you.
Yes, and this raises a really interesting point. In this rush to adopt AI and chatbots and everything,
Yeah.
have companies actually stopped to ask, wait, is this what our customers want? The source sees a common mistake here.
Which is,
Over-automating. Putting tech everywhere without really thinking about preference.
and the numbers seem to back that up. The source says, what, 65% of consumers?
65% still prefer the quote-unquote traditional ways, phone, email.
That's a big number. Even with all the fancy AI tools available, it says a lot about needing that human touch sometimes.
It really does. And the source digs into why. People often want to just talk, use their own words, explain their situation naturally.
Not be forced down a chatbot's menu tree.
Exactly. They want that flexibility, maybe a bit of back and forth, nuance, things that are Frankly, still hard for bots.
So what's the smart play then, according to the source? How do brands manage all these different channels without going crazy?
Well, what's interesting is that the smart ones aren't throwing out the tech. They're just using it more strategically.
Okay.
So they keep the real human options front and center. You can still call, you can still email,
Critter.
but they also have the chatbot. It was presented as another option, maybe for quick questions, simple stuff, for people who prefer that. Not as a gatekeeper you have to fight through.
Right, so it's about providing genuine choice, letting the customer control the interaction style.
Exactly. And the source makes another great point. Don't just measure channel success by speed.
Ah, good point. A fast chatbot resolution might look good on a spreadsheet,
Right.
but if the customer leaves feeling annoyed or like they weren't understood, that's a loss for the brand.
Precisely. It's the quality of the experience, the overall feeling, not just the seconds ticked off a clock. And consistency is huge here, too.
Consistency.
Yeah, the source stresses this. Omnichannel consistency. Whether someone DMs you on social, calls, emails, the quality of service has to be high everywhere. No weak links.
Okay. So the big message for Trend 2 is convenience, yes, but on the customer's terms. Meet them where they are, how they want.
And be excellent everywhere.
Got it. Okay, let's tackle the third and final trend. This one really resonates, I think. It's about customer frustration. Don't make me work so hard just to get support.
Oh, yeah. This hits on a real paradox, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Companies have more data on us than ever before.
So much data.
Yet, the source points out, more than half of customers feel like they have to do all the heavy lifting to get problems solved.
It's that feeling, repeating your story over and over.
Yes.
Getting bounced between departments, stuck in phone menu, how it's exhausting as a customer.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And it just kills trust, damages the relationship with the brand.
So what are the proactive brands doing? How are they fixing this, according to the source?
Well, a big one is actually using that data they have, using it intelligently to anticipate what customers might need.
Getting ahead of the problem.
Exactly. Instead of just waiting for someone to call with a known issue, they're using data to see patterns, maybe reach out first, or have the answer ready when the customer does call.
That feels like a big shift from reactive to, well, proactive.
It is. The source also talks about identifying and fixing friction points.
Friction points, like what?
Yeah, like those specific spots in the journey where customers tend to get stuck or frustrated. Could be a confusing part of the website checkout. Maybe the support number is buried 5 clicks deep, you know?
Yeah, those annoying hurdles.
So smart brands actively hunt these down and smooth them out. It connects back to not making the customer work so hard. Make it easy, intuitive.
Right, streamline the whole process. And the last piece of this trend was real-time monitoring. What's that about?
That's about watching interactions as they happen, basically. Looking for signs of trouble.
Right.
Maybe someone's clicking around the help section for ages, looking lost, or maybe their sentiment in a chat starts turning negative.
Yep.
And the idea is instead of waiting for them to give up or get really angry, you proactively step in.
Wow, like a digital helping hand appearing.
Sort of. Offer help, maybe guide them solve the issue before it blows up. It's anticipating the need right at that moment.
So the whole picture here is evolving, isn't it? Good support reacts, but great support sees trouble coming and stops it, or makes the whole process effortless, much more customer-focused.
Totally. And, when you pull all three of these trends together,
Yeah.
what really jumps out from the source is this fundamental shift. In 2025, customer service isn't just some isolated department over there.
No, it's like central.
It's deeply woven into your brand strategy. You could almost say your customer service team is your reputation team now.
That really changes the perspective, doesn't it? Every single interaction, every email, every call, every chat.
Every single one.
It's either building up your brand story or tearing it down a little bit.
Exactly. And the source makes this point. You can pour money into amazing marketing, have the coolest products.
Right.
But if that service experience is bad, if it's slow, unhelpful, makes the customer work too hard, that's what they'll remember.
And that's what they'll tell others about.
Precisely. So just to quickly recap those big shifts for you listening. 1, remember, speed is reputation. Customers see slow or no response as disrespect. 2, give people choices in how they contact you. Let them decide. And be great on every channel, phone, email, chat, whatever.
Choice and consistency.
And 3, make it easy.
Yeah.
Use your data, fix those friction points, be proactive. Don't make support feel like hard work.
Those really feel like the core pillars now for building that strong reputation through service.
Absolutely. That's what the source suggests for 2025.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about your own experiences lately as a customer, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see these trends playing out? Which brands make things feel effortless and which ones, well, make you want to tear your hair out?
We've all been there.
And what does that tell you? About how important that human touch still is, even as tech gets smarter and smarter in customer service. Something to definitely chew on.